Hi and welcome to my channel. So this is the assembly of this pattern that I posted. The way we're going to do this is you're going to need 5 of these in total. Okay, so make 5 of those, and very simple. So the first one you're going to take and turn whatever way you want to turn it. It doesn't really matter which way you turn it. And I'll weave in that in just a minute. Place the other two to the side for now. Okay, so these 3 pieces go just like this. So everything is the same size, so you're just gonna stitch them together, sew them together, just like that, okay? To start. All right, so let's get started. So as you see, I'm almost out of yarn. I got this much left, so we're gonna see how it happens. What happens? Okay, so you're gonna need your yarn needle. I'm using this little plastic one. I usually like to use my metal ones. In this case, this has a bigger eye. This is a thicker yarn. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. You wanna make sure everything is flipped to the insides, okay? And what I'm gonna do is start in this corner here. First thing, we have a chain 2 here. So I like to go into, this is the last stitch. This is the first chain 1. Me personally, I go under that chain 1 and I go under both loops. I'm gonna do the same thing on the opposite side, making sure that the right side out is facing each other. I count from the last stitch and I go to the next one. And this is the first chain 1 out of the chain 2. I go under both loops. Maybe this one is too big, I don't know. And I just pull that through. So I'm just gonna pull a little bit because I do have to sew or join all the way to the other side. I bring them like this next to each other and I do the same exact thing. So I'm gonna go under the second chain 2 space. Same thing here, under the second. Then I'm gonna just pull through, making sure I'm going through all 4 loops. This one is a little big, but I'm gonna just try to work with it. So I have about this much. I don't know, I'm just gauging it. So I'm not pulling too tight to where it's like sealing anything just yet. Okay, and then everything should match up. So now we're gonna go into the first double crochet. So here, as you see, this is 1, 2, and then 3 because this was a part of the chain 2 where we already sewed. That's the loop. So you want to go into the first double crochet on both sides, under both loops. And you can join whatever way makes you comfortable. There's no right or wrong way, as long as they're connecting under the second double crochets and then under the third. Okay, I'm going to pull this just so I can make sure I have enough yarn coming through, which I think I do. But as you see, once you pull, I didn't mean to do that off camera. I'll show you guys what it looks like as I join it. That's what it looks like on the inside. And that's going to be the join from the outside. So whichever joining method you would like to use is okay. So through the chain 1 spaces, I actually go under the loops there in both of the chain 1 spaces. As you see, I messed up here. I have a chain 2. So what I like to do is ignore the one closest to my last double crochet, and I'm gonna just go into the furthest chain 1 and just keep going. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Not perfect. All right. So here, now we're coming to our single double crochets. You're just gonna go into each one of those. Not pulling anything too tight and flush yet. I don't feel like I have enough, but we'll see as I go on. Go under the chain 1 spaces. Go under both double crochets. Go under the chain 1 spaces. Make sure you're going under 2 loops. And then after a few, I like to pull tight, just so I won't have to force so much, like pull, something like that. Okay, that's what it's looking like so far. This is all I got left, and we're gonna see. This may make it through here and like halfway through the other part, but we're gonna see. I like to show the difficulties because if it looks all perfect all the way through, or me personally, if I watch a tutorial and it just flows perfectly all the way through and I messed up somewhere, I'm like, oh my goodness, what did I do? How do I fix it? So in most cases, I think it's fine for me to show the mess ups that I do because I'm human and I make a lot of mistakes all the time. And I like to learn things the hard way. Okay, so you're just going to keep going under each chain one space, through and through, until we reach the next double crochet. You want to keep going and going. Okay, so I went through quite a few. As you see the loose loops here and the tight ones here. So I'm just going to take it and pull. Don't want to pull it so tight that it buckles, but you want to pull it enough that these big loops are now flat, like, oops, that these big loops are flat like these loops. So that's why you see me pull so tight. And then once I feel like I pulled it enough and those big loops turn into flat loops, I just give it a little tug. Stretch it back out. Okay, and so remember, this is going to be joined here along with this one. I set that to the side. Oh, I might have enough. Let's hope, y'all. And then we're going to go here. We're going to go up. So now remember that we have to connect all three of these together. Okay, to make a point right here. And then we're going to go up. We're not going down. We're going to go up. Okay, so let's see how far I get with this little bit of yarn. I don't think I did enough, but it's okay. Actually, it will probably be even easier to work your way from the outside in and then the outside in, and then you can just make a knot and tie it. That probably would have been easier, but since I've already used this amount of yarn, I'm not going to cut it and waste any bit of it. What I don't do is waste yarn, no matter what. Okay, so on the end or on the joining of these corners, what I'm going to do, I'm making this up as I go, to be honest. I'm going to go under the outside loop, or no, the insides. So under one loop, we was doing both the whole time. So I'm going to go under one loop from here, go under one. From here, the furthest away from you, so this one is the closest, this one is the furthest. Go under two. As you see, you have the V. I'm going under this one, not this one. Okay, then I'm gonna join these two. See, I went under something wrong. It was very hard to get through there. And this is with this yarn. With acrylic, it will break, so you don't have to think that that's gonna happen every time. I went under those two. Now, when I'm going under this one, since we're gonna go this way, I'm gonna go under, again, the same loop, the inside loop of this one. As you see, if I turn it, there's the V. I'm gonna go under the loop closest. See, I went under something wrong again. This yarn is quite amazing because it will let you know. Okay, I'm gonna go under there and pull. I'm going to now join in the third. Okay, I'm gonna take that and turn it. And remember, this is the second loop. So you want to make sure that you go under not the first chain one, but the second, the exact same way. Under the one that's closest to you and pull through. Okay? Okay, now I'm turning my piece because we're working up this way. And then from here, I'm now going to go under that second chain two space, okay? So let me not confuse you because I got it flipped upside down. This was the first. Now here's the second, okay? Go under that one. Here was the first. Here's the second. I'm going to go under that one. So now this is what it's looking like before it's all tightened. Okay? So I'm going to pull it a little tight. Now is this join of these two, the same way we joined these two. So from here, this is the second chain two space. So we're going to go under the first double crochet, both loops on both sides. Okay. Now, since I've done that first one, I'm going to take this and now pull it tight. Okay. Take it, now pull it tight. As tight as I can pull it without ripping or breaking your yarn. And that's what the join looks like. See, so it doesn't look as bad. Or it doesn't look bad at all. Haha, I winged it. Okay, so we went under the first one. We're going to go under the second double crochets. And then we're going to go under the third. All right, then we're going to go under the chain one space. How about this? A good rule of thumb. After every chain one space, you pull taut. Okay? Not tight, but taut. Bam. All right? So here we go. See? Nice flat stitches. Here we go, under the double crochets. Under the chain one space. I'm going to go through 4 of these under the double crochets, just because they're singles. And under the chain one space. All right? Get there. Here. And pull. See how nice and tight that get? Boom. All right, so I'm going to finish the rest of this off camera, and then I'll be right back. Just continue to go under each chain one space and double crochet, and I'll meet you back once we come to the third double crochet on this side. Okay, we are back, and I'm under that last double crochet. I'm going to pull. Okay, and now we're to the chain two space. So just like we did on the very first part, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go under the first chain one space, or chain one, on both sides. All right, under both loops. The chains will definitely be tighter than the other parts. And then under the chain two on both sides. All right, and look how much yarn I have left over, and watch it be even more once I'm done with this part. So you want to take it and pull, okay, and pull. So that's the join. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. Okay, so from here, if you are following the same way I did it, you can leave this open. It's always, you know, it's nice. It's up to you. I'm gonna see what it looks like. Now we're gonna make the front of the piece. So again, we have we have the inside facing up. So now we're gonna do the opposite way. We're gonna do the outside to the front part. Okay. So it's here is where we're gonna join. All right. See that mirrors itself. So we're gonna do the same thing. So I still have my yarn attached over here. Let me cut just a little bit, but enough that you can sew that part in without it coming undone. All right, and now here. So for me, I like to sew outside in. So I'm just gonna take my piece, flip this outside forward because I know that's the side from the inside, right? See that? And then from here, you can even lay it to mirror it so you can know what you're doing. And then just take the piece and flip it over. Just like that. So now my outsides are to the outside. My inside, which will be the outside, the right side is out. Hope that makes sense and I'm not confusing y'all more than what I just confused myself. Okay, so I chose to put these down here together just for the weave-in, you know, simply. So since this is a slip stitch and a chain one at the end, I'm just going to go under the next available chain one space. So we have the tie off where you slip stitch that together. I'm just going to go into the next chain one because this would have been chain two. I'm just going to go right there on both sides. All right. This one you don't need a lot because you're only sewing the side. You're not going around. So I'm just going to leave about, that's still too much. Probably about that much. You don't need that much. And we're going to join in the exact same way. Under the first double crochets, under the second, and I will pull a little extra. It does look a little short. And then under the third. Okay, and then from here I'm just going to pull. You see the little stitches? I'm going to pull a little bit, just so I can get a little bit more length in this tail right here. This weave in little part. I don't know. Okay, so then under the chain one space, you want to make sure that you're under 2 loops. If it's all twisted and weird or not laying like a correct V, just find 2 loops. It's okay. It's going to get treated the same way. Oops. All right, and then you're going to continue. Keep going under both loops. Under the chain one space. Under both double crochets. Okay. Oops. So I don't like to leave that part that long. Okay, so keep going until we reach the end, and then I'll be back with you once we are to our last double crochet on the side. A bit of a tip: if you do ever find that you took or you didn't take enough yarn, what you want to do is go back through your stitches. Say for instance, if I go here, I'm going to go through, just like my metal hooks, but you can also use your crochet hook. Get under there and just pull. So you see I pulled and it pulls from the tail end that I weave from and pull. As you see, it's not going. So what you want to do, you want to go a couple more stitches in because it is tight. Make sure that you're going under the correct stitches and you're not pulling up loops to your work because I've done that before and it is frustrating to have a very loose knot. So you're going for the bars like this. Those are the bars that you're looking for. However you may identify them in the best way that you can. That's what a hook is for. And I take it and I pull. Once I get a little bit of give, I pull the rest of that yarn through and close that loop. And then from here, it will just be easy. So now if I pull way too much, but it's okay. And vice versa. If you pull too much, before you get too far, you can always pull on that tail end and it will pull this right out. Or if you mess up or anything. So it's just basically saying that there's always a way around the stuff. Like nothing's sealed permanently. You can always undo what you've done very easily. Or give more than what you if you need more, you can get more. It's not that big of a deal if you didn't estimate how much yarn you may need to sew through. It's okay. It's nothing to the world. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and continue and then I will be back at that last double crochet. Okay, I'm back and I'm going through the first chain one. And we end this the same way. You're going under both loops. We're going under both loops. Again, the chains are or can be tight. And this, look, I went up something wrong. That's crazy. All right. So then I'm gonna do that again, but better. Bam. All right. I'm gonna pull that a little bit and then go under the second. Okay. And don't forget when you're counting, this is 1, 2, 3. This is the double crochet. This is not. That is the chain one space. It will always be so close and right next to that double crochet. 1, 2, 3. See? Don't get confused. All right. So my table is little. Like I say, I do everything so tight, so sometimes it buckles. But there we go. And then the outside, as I was looking. Okay. There's my extra piece. And now we're going to do the exact same thing to this side over here. Okay. So you want to place your pieces together. Me, I just have my corner ends together. And then I'm going to take it like this. Ends are still together. And then just sew along here. Go that way. I'll probably turn it like this so it's facing me on the inside. And then go like that. And I'll meet you back once we're done with that side. Okay, I'm all done sewing on both sides. They're all in there. So the next thing we're going to do is make the connection strap to make this into the vest that it is. So sewed on my side, did that, and I already connected this side. So I decided to go with a pattern like this. This yarn is very bulky, so you find whatever style you may want or need. This is the connection. I think it came out pretty good. And yeah, so this is what it's looking like on this side. So let me show you all how I did that. So, you know me, simple. What I decided to do was instead of doing like a regular granny cluster, I only did 2. So you can't really tell that much, huh? Just by the naked eye and looking, you would think that's the same pattern going up. But I want to save and conserve my yarn. This is all I have left, but I should be able to make it through this part, hopefully. So from here, you just will need to take the measurement. I just tried it on and kind of was going as I was making it. I was just putting it on and using a stitch marker and trying it. This part did come out to be about 9 inches roughly. I did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of those to get the length I needed. Again, this is bulky yarn. Okay, so the first thing I did was attach my yarn. So from here, I went into the 3rd double crochet and I'm working from right side to inward. Okay, so you attach your yarn however you feel necessary. The only thing I did was go through, pull up a loop, tied it down like that, made it tight, and then I chained up 3. And here you want to make sure that you really chain your 3s because I don't know, it may look okay with 2, but it may not. What I did was chain 3. So from here, I skipped the next 2 stitches and I went right into the chain 2 space. And I did 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. Okay, no chains in between. I skipped 2 stitches again and I went into the 3rd double crochet from our corner with a double crochet, just like that. Okay, and then I chained 3, turned my work, and did the same thing. So from the chain 3 straight into the corner space with 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 more double crochets. And then in the top of the chain 3, I did my double crochet. So I went under 2 loops and did my double crochet. Chain 3, turn my work, and repeat that process. Very simple. Nothing complicated at all. The most tedious part about this part was me turning my work and it getting all into a big knot. All right, now for your chain 2, you find the top of that chain 3. Make sure you go into the top of the chain 3, not the double crochet. And I found to go into 2 loops. Preferably I want to get the back bump in the top, just like that, with a double crochet. Chain 3. No, skip to the corner space. Do my chain 2. Do my 2 double crochets. Chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then into the top of that chain 3. Chain 3. And you keep repeating this process. So you want to do that until the strap can fit over your body to the back of the top or this. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean once I get back after my 13 these shells, partial granny stitch. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, I will continue and I'll meet you back when I'm on my last one. So far, as you see, this is 3 here. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm going to keep going until I get to 13 and then I'll meet you back. So from here, I just chained 1, of course, made that cut off a little tail of yarn. Y'all know I don't like to waste any yarn. Okay, and I still got this much left. I'm trying to think about what can I do with it. Okay, grab your yarn needle and just pull that through. Make sure you pull it down tight so it can go to a small and tiny knot. So the best way I found to do this was to flip them outsides out, wrong sides out. Okay, so I'm working on the inside. And you have to remember, the way that it's shaped, you are definitely working into the opposite corner, the top corners, okay? And so since we did do only 2 double crochets in the middle instead of 3, you may be like, hey, it's not gonna match. But it actually matches. I was surprised myself. This one would act as the 3rd double crochet. So we're only going to connect to the corner space. We're not connecting in these chain 2 spaces or chain 1 spaces. We're gonna connect only in this corner space. So again, if we did this entire time, we will go under, since this knot is here, it is still considered your first chain. Okay, looks like chain 1, but remember, we did not chain 1. First double crochet here, under 2 loops, last double crochet on this side. Now this is where my slip stitches are, but I'm gonna go under them anyway. It's not that big of a deal. Just go under. Okay, and this is on the inside, so if knots and all that stuff bother you, maybe it can be a better way for you to join if you find a method for that. Here, the second, under all loops, the 3rd here, the 3rd here. Okay, under all the loops, and then I pull tight. Okay, tighten up those loops. Now for the chain space, again, so since this one does have a corner right here, and we're not going to worry about it, we're going to still do the same thing. Find your chains from the chain 2, because they both have chain 2s. So find them on this side, find them on that side, and pull through. It's a little tight because it's a chain, but it's okay. We must survive. Keep pushing. All right, and here again in the chain 1, because this is 1, 2, 3 double crochet, so this is the next chain 2 space. We did the first one, here's the second one, and again, it does get a little weird to see, or a little hard to see, but you will notice you have 1 double crochet, 2, 3. It's just hanging out right here. That is your chain. That little one just hanging out by itself is where you want to go under. You want to make sure that you go under 2. Again, for me, it is tight because they're my chains, but it doesn't matter. I will get through. I just went under 1. Now I'm going to find my opposite side and go under that one as well. There's my 2. Boom. All right. On the next side, go through the first double crochets. Remember, 1, 2, and 3. You did not go under that one. You went under the chain. Here. Move that out of the way. It's kind of in the way still, but it's all right. Go here under your next double crochet. And finally, under your 3rd. So remember, your 3rd on this side will be your chain 3. I'm just going to go under 2 loops. These are the 2 that I'm choosing. And just pull through those, and then through your last double crochet. What I'm gonna do is not let that get in the way. Just pull tight. You can move this thing. This is just unnecessary yarnage. All right, because I did pull extra tight, so I want to just loosen it up a little bit. All right, these are a little loose. I don't like it, but it's okay. It's not gonna bother me. All right, thread my needle again. And the way I close this off. So as you see, I'm coming out of this side. I go under my horizontal bar. This is the one that connected them. Okay, I go under that. Or is my chain? I don't know. I go under there. I find my next bar. I go under that. Find my next one. It's somewhere sealed pretty good. Nice. All right, go under there. And you can go as deep as you need to with this. I mean, go as far as you want. I'll just go under those. And then I'm going to call it a day right there. If I can get through, which I should be able to. Okay. So now from here, I'm just going to pull it a little tight. Make sure it's not overly tight, but tight enough. Boom. That's the inside. So of course you're going to go in and kind of neaten this up, weave it through a couple of times if you feel like it, you know. But here's the outside. Boom. Boom. Oops. Pulled it too tight. And again, you can even take it if this bothers you with that little knot part at the end. You can, you know, sew those together, close those down. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal for me. And these are the sides, the outsides. And just like that, there you have it. We have our nice vest. You want to cut off all the ends, weave it all in. Bulky yarn, some different type of yarn. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There you have it. There you have it. Just like that. Nice and neat. That's the front. Here's the back. And yeah, that's it. You can also close this part up just like this. And it'd be a little trifecta back there. I wanted to leave it open just because I like doing things a little different. So yeah, there you have it. If I decide to put the buttons on, I will simply show how I put the buttons on. I don't think it's going to be that hard or complicated. If you're able to make something from this pattern, I will hope that you love it, and I will hope that this helped you. And yeah, so I appreciate you for watching this video. Thank you so much. If you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.